low battery power. This camera talks. And ultimately it just shuts down the camera, but it does it gracefully, meaning in particular that it doesn't do any damage to recorded files, and ends the present recording if it happens to be recording when the powers that be decide finally that's it, and shuts down the camera, shuts down recording and shuts down the camera. It's got a slightly different message, but I'm not sure. It's like battery empty or battery. I don't feature finding out really. Although, it's kind of fun. That's one of those ways of having fun that we just go on, and then, so to speak, accidentally, that is, uncaused in any way by me, the end of the battery being you could say, random event, obviously totally determined since the birth of the universe, but effectively random. There is no way of predicting it. Well, there is if you measure the battery and if you know the camera. It's like I like the randomness, quasi-randomness, brought about by using photographs in camera order to make a video. So whatever was going on when the pictures were taken, causatively, caused what's effectively a random in the moment. It has no connection with this moment. It connects only with a different moment, previous moment. Whatever drew my eye, camera lens, came next. Whatever showed up. Even if I was judiciously picking shots, the context of these choices was entirely different from the context of making the video. So, anyway. So I'll ramble on randomly. Oh, I'm too lazy to read my serious book. My serious book is The Tree of Knowledge by Maturana and oh, it's hidden down here. Varela. The Tree of Knowledge. What's the subtitle? The biological roots of human understanding. It's one of my hobbies, understanding, so to speak. What the hell are we? Well, take a look. Of course, the world is the state of a nervous system. This, right now, this world is the state of, I like to call, my nervous system. That's what it is. It reckons time as a flow. Of an eternal now. It's always now, if it's anything. The state of the nervous system now. Of course, there's, let's say, scientific recognition that now is not, doesn't happen now. It's largely, well, first of all, already happened physically between the light waves and the nervous system and so forth. I got the impression, I think it's true, that color is processed more or less first in the visual system. And that strikes me as reasonable in terms of evolution, the creation of this system. I see grass, and suddenly I see tan. I see green grass, and suddenly I see tan or black or red or whatever. Can you say leopard? Or snake? So first comes color and movement. That's moving. Whoops. You bet. Probably more or less on a level like frog or snail. Fundamentally. Ah, there's something different there. It's moving. Fight or flight. Or freeze. Fight, flight, or freeze. The 3 F's. Nevertheless, it's a fantastic journey that life has undergone, tripping along from frogs and mollusks, some of which, by the way, are pretty fucking cool in their own right. Octopuses. I've been informed somewhere that octopuses is the correct plural, not octopi. My totally forgotten Latin-based arrogance would have said octopi. I did have something like 4 or 5 years of Latin in school and forgot everything other than Wendy Plum's motto in pseudo-Latin, hung on a plaque on the wall, I think, non carborundum est. Non carborundum est. Meaning, don't let the bastards grind you down. Like the purchasing agent or the technical director or the other engineers whose engineering might have been a little lacking, I don't know. Wendy was a serious contributor to my life. Greeted me on the first day of my arrival in Sudbury with Sherry and friends, helping to move. And several other contributions, really. Next door neighbor. You couldn't ask for a better next door neighbor. His wife Anne and their children, lovely people. So what, 12 minutes? So nothing. I just felt like chatting to the TV screen here. I think, to make this personal, I should look at the lens. Well, fuck you, I look at myself. I'm talking to myself, lying here. Unfortunately, I'm now in a position where I could just as well be sitting up doing this. But it's nice. It's nice lying down. I've got my Kindle here. Kindle. Hello, people. Kindle activated. Mostly mysteries, a bit of military. I kind of like the occasional black ops or, the super secret agency that only the president knows about, or going around slitting the throats of other spies or something like that. Guy stuff. But some of the mysteries I read are, I'm probably an equal opportunity employer between women and men. I like the men for being a little more rough and a little less cutesy, and I like the women for being women, for being a little cutesy, and so I'm a kind of equal opportunity employer between heroines and heroes, and not infrequently the heroine and the hero end up at least in bed together and very possibly married and living happily ever after or something, who knows. Yeah, some of them are chick flicks and some of them are hell-bent for leather. can I hear a oorah, oorah, oorah? Supposedly a marine expression of approval. Oorah. Yeah, I'm a guy, and at least I was. So different from my high school photo up on the shelf. Can't see any likeness at all. I can't. I wonder if Donna can. My girlfriend of high school, senior, and college, haven't seen for 56 years. Visiting Europe with friends and family, and we're in the early stages, middle stages of planning a detour through Munich, between Paris and St. Gallen, I think, Switzerland. 15th and 16th of June, day after my birthday and the day of my heart attack. So, sorting out hotels and trains and whatever. 56 years. And she seems to be a happy woman. She lives in close proximity to a daughter and grandchildren, I think, and seems to love her life, which is very pleasing. You could say it's a little daunting because I have nothing to offer. I could only detract. It's perfect. When somebody's living in heaven, you don't want to invite them to a party in hell. Or even on the earth. I'm being a good boy and looking at the camera rather than, or at the lens, rather than at the mirror image of myself. By natural light, gray Munich light. It's often gray here, but not always. That's too much. That's too much. So, I say, sayonara.